You want to know how to transform this image to this image in Adobe Lightroom? Don't go anywhere, I'll show you that in a minute. Hi, my name is Ricardo Stefan. I'm a graphic designer, digital artist, and photographer. If you're new to this channel, think of subscribing. We have new videos every week about design, about photography, about photo editing. Today, I will show you how to make your photos pop in Adobe Lightroom. You must have seen stock photos, beautiful, lots of colors, and so on. All this is possible using photo editing software like Lightroom. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to transform an image that looks like this here, that looks like this, into the one that looks like this. And we can do that all in Adobe Lightroom. Adobe Lightroom is a powerful and super professional software for creating those things. So let me just reset this back to the original image. Okay. Let's make as if we're just importing this image. Okay, this is the original image straight out of camera. As you can see, we have a few things with it. We have a few issues with it. When it comes to image editing and video editing or whatever, the first thing to do is to identify what's wrong in the image or what you want to do with the image, so that you have a basis to start working on the image. For me, in this image, I see a few issues. For example, this here, the horizon for me is not straightened, and for example, lots of shadows in the image. I don't like that. We have the image is a little bit orangish, and we will be working on that. So the thing is that I'm identifying every single issue that we have in the image, so that I can work on it and refine it or edit it. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do before doing anything, by the way, if you want to have this image, I'll be leaving a link in the description for you to download it, and you can practice on your own using this image. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is to correct the profile. For that, I will go here, go into Lens Corrections tab, and what I'm going to do is first of all, I'm going to click this, and then you have an option here, Enable Profile Correction. What that will do, it's simply that it will identify my camera model, identify my lens, and apply some corrections, some corrections to any distortion that may have occurred when I shot this image. Let me show you what I mean. When I click on this, you will see that the image is kind of stretched and so on. You see what it is doing? It is applying the profile of my camera so that it can correct any errors or any distortions existing in that image. But that is possible only using raw images. If you're using a JPEG file, you will not have this option. Anyway, it's gonna be grayed out. Okay, enough of talking. Now let's start working on this image seriously. We will start with the basic tab here, but before doing that, let's start straightening the image first. To do that, you will have this. You have a few options here. You click on this option here, click on the little ruler. Okay, then you identify the place or the part of the image that you want to straighten. For me, this is slanting, this is not straight. I will try to identify something that which I know should be straight, and I will click once, you hold and you drag, and then this will straighten the image. And after doing that, just double click inside here or press return or enter on your keyboard. So now, as you see, I've straightened the image and made the image look the way it should look. You will see here it's straight and so on and so forth, and here also it's straight. So I know that I've straightened the image. Okay, The next step here is to now identify the other thing that's wrong with the image. For example, for me, I want to correct the whites. Okay, we call that white balance. White balancing simply means that you make whites look white, and to do that we will be using this Adobe tool here. Okay, I will click on this and I will try to identify something that's kind of neutral gray, and I will click so that I can correct that. If you're not satisfied with the white, you can resample and look for other parts. Don't click on pure white. For example, if I click on this, you will see it will completely shift the image, shift the colors. Okay, you should preferably, let me undo that. You should look for something that's gray and pale gray, or I don't know, dark gray. Look at this on the color on this speaker here. It is written pick a target neutral. Look at that, pick a target neutral. So what that's exactly what you should do. Go for something called neutral gray, and you click and you have it. But for me, that's a kind of not that precise, so I will sample something else, maybe here. Okay, for me that's a little bit better. So now we've corrected the white. Now let's go to a few things now. First of all, I will kind of push the exposure, just touch the exposure a little bit. Okay, I will then come here to the highlights. I will bring the highlights all the way down. Don't worry if we have any issues, we're gonna come back to the image later. So, and next I'm going to push these shadows a little bit up. That's what will actually correct this shadow, the shadow that we had in the image. Normally the image had lots of shadows. Then with the whites, I'm gonna click this slider of the whites, and I will hold Alt at the same time on my keyboard and move my slider until just before I see this thing here, just around here. This will allow me to bring in just the amount of white required to make the image pop and make it correct. Okay, I will do the same thing. Press Alt or Option on your keyboard, then I will click and push it in the opposite direction. But this time I will stop just after I see a little bit of something here, a little bit of, you know, artifact here, and release it. Okay, then I will touch the clarity a little bit, bring it to about here. I will add some vibrance to this image, just like this. Saturation, I will touch just a little bit. Then I will come to my tone curve. Let's scroll a little bit. If you don't see this like this, you might see it this way, and you're kind of unable to adjust things properly. Okay, what I want to create a few points that will allow me to control the brightness and the darkness in this image. Okay, this region here represents the highlights in your image, the light. Here, this represents the darkness in your image, or if you want the shadows. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on this. Okay, then I'm gonna create a point in the center. I'm going to create a point here. I'm going to create a point here. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to achieve a sort of S-curve with this thing to correct the contrast in the image. I will do that just slightly, maybe about here. Okay, and I'll be okay. Okay, don't worry about the clarity, don't worry about the brightness of the image. We will fix that in a minute. Okay, let's go now to the SHL slider. We will try to add some colors in this image right now. Okay, to do that, we will go we will decrease the orange, because I don't like the orangish style of this image. I will just do this about here. I'm going to push the greens just a little bit, push the blues, okay, somewhere around here, but don't do it too much. I will push the aquas. Normally in the water you have aquas, just about here. Okay, I will then come to my details tab just to add a little bit of, of sharpening to the image. Okay, so far we took the image from this to this. It's already beautiful. We're almost done with this image, but let's work on how bright this image is. And let's go to the exposure tab, and let's push this a little bit. Look at that, guys. We're bringing things back and making this image beautiful. It was a sunny day. The goal of this editing is to reproduce what my eyes saw on that day, and that's about here. So here we are for this quick tutorial, and if you have any question, if you just leave it in the comment below, and don't worry, I'll leave a link to a copy of this image, which you can download. That is this image. You can download it and try to play with it, and in your own time, and create stunning images also. Okay, guys, that's it for this quick tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Click the like button, share the video, and as always, leave a comment down below about anything relating to this or whatever to design. Okay, see you in the next movie. Bye bye.